How important is it to have someone skilled in the instruction of God's Word? Let's begin in Ezra 7. Did Ezra, a descendant of Aaron the priest, arrive from Babylon? Was he a skilled instructor of the books of Moses? After this, in the rule of Persia's king Artaxerxes, Ezra, son of Sariah, son of Azariah, son of Hilkiah, son of Shallum, son of Zadok, son of Ahitub, son of Amariah, son of Azariah, son of Meraioth, son of Zerahiah, son of Uzzi, son of Buki, son of Abishua, son of Phinehas, son of Eleazar, son of Aaron the chief priest. This Ezra came up from Babylon. He was a scribe skilled in the instruction from Moses, which the Lord, the God of Israel, had given. Moreover, the king gave him everything he requested, because the Lord, his God's power, was with him. Who came with Ezra? What special experience did he bring? Other Jews, including priests, Levites, musicians, the temple guards, and servants, came to Jerusalem with Ezra. This happened during the 7th year that Artaxerxes was king. God helped Ezra, and he arrived in Jerusalem on the 1st day of the 5th month of that 7th year, after leaving Babylonia on the 1st day of the 1st month. Ezra had spent his entire life studying and obeying the law of the Lord and teaching it to others. What special instructions from King Artaxerxes did Ezra bring with him? This is a copy of the letter that King Artaxerxes gave to Ezra the priest, the scribe, a man learned in matters of the commandments of the Lord and his statutes for Israel. Artaxerxes, king of kings, to Ezra the priest, the scribe of the law of the God of heaven, peace. And now I make a decree that any one of the people of Israel, or their priests or Levites in my kingdom, who freely offers to go to Jerusalem, may go with you. For you're sent by the king and his 7 counselors to make inquiries about Judah and Jerusalem, according to the law of your God, which is in your hand, and also to carry the silver and gold that the king and his counselors have freely offered to the God of Israel, whose dwelling is in Jerusalem, with all the silver and gold that you shall find in the whole province of Babylonia, and with the freewill offerings of the people and the priests, vowed willingly for the house of their God that's in Jerusalem. What else did Artaxerxes authorize Ezra to do in Jerusalem? Then you're to buy with this money as many bulls, rams, and lambs as needed, along with their grain and drink offerings, and offer them on the altar at the house of your God in Jerusalem. You may do whatever seems best to you and your brothers with the rest of the silver and gold, according to the will of your God. You must deliver to the God of Jerusalem all the articles given to you for the service of the house of your God. You may use the royal treasury to pay for anything else needed for the house of your God. How generous was Artaxerxes in giving to the temple rebuilding? I, Artaxerxes, in my capacity as king, hereby decree to all royal treasuries beyond the Euphrates River that whatever Ezra the priest scribe of the law of the God of heaven may require of you are to be performed with all due diligence, up to 100 silver talents, 100 measures of wheat, 100 measures of wine, 100 measures of oil, and salt without limitation. Whatever's commanded by the God of heaven is to be done with all due diligence for the temple of the God of heaven, or wrath will come against the king's realm and his sons. Furthermore, we decree that with respect to any of the priests, descendants of Levi, singers, gatekeepers, temple servants, or other servants of this temple of God, it is not to be lawful to impose any tribute, tax, or toll on them. Did Ezra have the king's full backing in teaching and enforcing the law of God? And you, Ezra, after the wisdom of your God that's in your hand, set magistrates and judges which may judge all the people that are beyond the river, all such as know the laws of your God, and you teach them that don't know them. And whosoever will not do the law of your God, and the law of the king, let judgment be executed speedily upon him, whether it be to death, or to banishment, or to confiscation of goods, or to imprisonment. Who inspired the king to show such favor to the people and house of God in Jerusalem? Blessed be Yahweh, the God of our fathers, who's put such a thing as this in the king's heart, to beautify the house of Yahweh, which is in Jerusalem, and has extended loving kindness to me before the king and his counselors, and before all the king's mighty princes. Thus I was strengthened according to the hand of Yahweh my God upon me, and I gathered chief men from Israel to go up with me. What's some of the advice that Paul gave about faithful and skillful teachers? The things which you've heard from me in the presence of many witnesses, entrust these to faithful people who'll be able to teach others also. Not to dispute about words, which is useless and leads to the ruin of the listeners. Refuse foolish and ignorant speculations, knowing that they produce quarrels. The Lord's bondservant must not be quarrelsome, but be kind to all, skillful in teaching. How important is it to have someone skilled in the instruction of God's Word? You decide.